It's like, no, this was like, because we want to keep a well-regulated militia to defend ourselves against evil, personal evil, as well as tyranny of our own government. That's why this is a personal right. It says each person, and that's what really the focus is each person shall have it. And it draws, building upon the history of it, that you can actually find language that reflects that back in the the English Bill of Rights back in 1789, where they actually wrote a thing specifically where at the times the Protestants were concerned about being persecuted by the government. And so in this English Bill of Rights, they specifically included a language inside there saying Protestants shall have a personal right to bear arms to protect themselves. And throughout the discussions in framing the Second Amendment and building the Second Amendment and pulling it all together, this was also something very significantly discussed and is really a foundation of the Second Amendment itself.
Right. So despite, and let's take all of the stuff that you hear today out. We'll get to that in a minute. We've just talked about why it is this was important to put into the Bill of Rights, the rights of each person in the country. So when people say, oh, it's all just for militia, it was supposed to be, no. Read the text. It talks about individuals, but also this is in the Bill of Rights to protect the people of this country from their government. If you don't see that, I don't know what to do to help you with that. I mean, the whole Bill of Rights was there to basically put a big highlighter and emphasis and an exclamation point. Madison said, hey, look, we understand that the Constitution, we think, covered all this stuff, but everyone's kind of worried about this. We want to make sure you understand you have these protections for yourselves from the government. We're going to outline these in the Bill of Rights, and they're personal rights. They're local rights. They are for the people. So that's number one. And number two is we have a right here, as we started out this podcast saying, what's the Second Amendment for? It's to protect the First Amendment and all the other amendments, because it's there to make sure that the people are protected. And as Lou said, the intent is obviously, and maybe not so obviously to some, but if you go back and look through all the texts and all the things with the colonial documents, the founding father statements, everything they've talked about in putting these bills of rights together, it's about making sure that people are protected. They want to make sure that people have the opportunity to make sure their government doesn't turn on them and they have the right to protect themselves.